to the A to Z of horror.
A to Z of horror!
Oh, shown it.
You haven't already?
Fuck.
No, but I don't even know what we're watching. What level are we on?
Oh. Welcome back, you horror nerds. We are returning.
Boils and ghouls.
Boils and ghouls. Sounds like something on your face.
It's not like Crypt Keeper. I'm calling that, and that's our new thing. Welcome, Boils and ghouls.
All right, you've painted it.
Called.
Right, so we return in our segment, the A to Z of horror. We are returning today with the letter
H. Can I just do? I made a comment on G. We did the Greasy Strangler, and I made a comment, and I want to just say it. I have to be honest. We haven't talked about this before. We both scored the Greasy Strangler for G 1.5. Yet we can't stop fucking talking about it.
No.
And I'm sure it was boring. I know it was boring, but the scenes that were good have sort of stuck with me. So, yeah, you bullshit eyes.
Yeah, bullshit eyes. Now, I have said maybe we should revisit the Greasy Strangler post the A to Z completion of our video.
Maybe, which will be probably Christmas 2019 at the rate we're going.
Maybe.
So H, it's got to be Halloween. No, that's just gone.
Yeah, it'll be too easy to do Halloween. I'd give it a 5. It's the best horror film ever made.
The Hole. Joe Dante's The Hole. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
You did put that in the mix.
What should we go for?
Right, shall we reveal?
Why do we do this merry-go-round? They know what the film is before they even click.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, the
I
thumbnail
like-
tells you.
I like the merry-go-round. We're going to keep it going. What are we going for, Mr. Jambo Shangos?
Right, it's a 2007 movie starring the Candyman.
The Candyman.
The Candyman. Freddy Krueger.
What? And if you haven't watched our review of Freddy vs. Jason, you've got to watch it because we...
Yeah, he gets uglier. And I put a mask on.
Fuck you, motherfucker!
And Jason Voorhees.
Whoa, this sounds like the greatest movie ever made!
It does sound like the greatest horror movie ever made, but it isn't the greatest horror movie ever made. Who knows? You better stick around. Anyway, enough bullshitting, talking crap. It's Hatchet.
Ah!
We're watching the original Hatchet. It's a trilogy series. The other two are great, but we're watching the original.
The original. I have seen this. Been a very long time since I have seen it, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched it. Now, this is the German Blu-ray, in case you're interested in where this Blu-ray is from. It's Region B, and it says it's uncut, uncensored. So
there is quite a lot of different cut versions of the Hatchet movies kicking around, isn't there?
Yeah, because I've got Hatchet 2 and 3 as part of this trilogy, and they're both heavily cut. So, if possible, get the US releases, or stick with the DVD because they're good enough. But anyway, we are now going to go and watch Hatchet.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I have a plan.
We're not watching Hatchet.
I have got the original shooting script of Hatchet, signed by Adam Green, the director himself. Now, so my plan is, instead of watching it, I feel we should act it out. We should act out the whole film and see what it's like. Then we know it's not cut. So, fade in. Honey Island Swamp Night. Sitting over the carcasses of two small alligators, Samson, late 50s, bundled in a large flannel jacket and a hunter's cap. Where's my hunter's cap?
Dude, where's your cap?
Scalps out for the ladies.
Scalps out for the ladies.
Right, so, come on, Pa. We've been out here over 3 hours. I mean, we don't even know where the hell she went. This is you.
She's at least a 12-footer. If I ever saw one, now I ain't leaving here without her.
They both stare at the murky waters around them. Man, I'm cold. Something large stirs in the water near the boat.
Dude, we're like 3 minutes in.
Shut your hole. That's in the script.
Right, okay. You just not be rude. Right, we'll see you in a bit.
Samson stands up to get a better look.
No, we're still going. Apparently.
Can you pull over? I gotta take a piss. Let's go.
We'll see you in a bit.
Victor is using Ben's severed arm to pull up Mary Beth. Behind Victor Crowley, Ben lies on his back, his throat torn out and his arms ripped from his body. He stares back at Mary Beth horrified. The camera is tight on Crowley's face as he screams at her. Arrgh! And then, end.
Right.
That is actually how it ended. Spoilers. But that is actually, we just said, was that how it ended? That's how it ended.
So we've just finished Adam Green's 2007 movie Hatchet.
Hatchet! It doesn't work. And like noisy, like, it's like too short a word, is it? Hatchet! No.
So, it stars
Not Danielle Harris. Danielle
Not
Harris.
Danielle Harris, who's actually in the sequels, part 1, 2 and 3. So this one...
Playing the character that's in this one, Mary Beth, but Mary Beth is someone different in this.
So, I mean, do we even bother with a synopsis storyline? But essentially, is a tour boat goes out into the bayou, and there's a bunch of kids, students, people, just a random collective of people, and
Random collection of people that you will find in every horror film ever.
The biggest, they're so stereotypical characters, aren't they? It was anyway. They go out. And
Do you know what? If I ever get a group of friends that includes a porn star, two porn stars, a black guy that says stereotypical film black things, an old guy, a geeky guy, and a quiet, mysterious girl, I am never going out at night because you know that shit's going down.
Especially on a boat.
That's why my posse isn't like that. I know, an Asian guy, funny Asian guy. He's always in all these films, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was.
That wasn't me being racist and saying I didn't want to be friends with people of other origins, by the way. That was me just saying if that was my group of friends. And I have a group of friends like that.
Dude, I think you should just stop.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. So. It's actually, it says on the front, old school American horror. I actually think this is, you could even say that this film is made for slasher fans. It was just made out of pure fun. This is how I see it. Made based for fun, for people who enjoy brain dead slasher films. It's about a guy, Victor Crowley, who's haunting the swamps where he lived with his papa, and his dad smashed him in the face with a hatchet
by accident.
By accident, as he was trying to escape his burning home. So it sets up the kind of the main. So I suppose the second and third act is set up very simply. And it's very simple. Good way to, I suppose, to describe the story of this is it's very simple, silly, stupid, if you want.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, what do you get from Hatchet? You get some fantastic practical effect kills.
Yes.
What film did we talk about the other day? It's about splatter. There's a kill. I think probably the second kill in. There's an old couple, and again spoilers here, and the old guy gets literally hacked in half.
All down here.
And then his missus, she gets her face ripped in half. Just it's a bit like that. But yeah, just fantastic. If you want to,
the tongue is ace when they rips the face in half. The tongue's like, oh.
Really creative kills. There's a bit where there's like a belt sander, like belt sands the birds.
The prettier porn star. I'm saying pretty porn star. I think she's a pretty porn star. The two porn stars, yeah. And the fact that she gets her face a bit mangled, and you see her kind of going around. Now, a lot of what we're saying sounds like it's probably quite horrific, but it's not. It is tongue firmly in cheek. It is.
Yeah, it is
over the top, silly
comedy horror.
Absolutely a comedy horror. It's a horror film greatest hits. It's a horror film greatest hits.
That's a perfect summary for this.
And
horror film greatest hits.
I'm going to extend this metaphor a little bit further. It's like, you know, when you get a greatest hits album, so you know, you get Guns N' Roses greatest hits, like my favourite band of all time, you get the greatest hits. And you know, on the greatest hits album, you get all the things that you really like. You're going to get some November Rain, you're going to get some Live and Let Die, you're going to get some Paradise City. You get all those kills that you really, really like. But the problem with the greatest hits album is you don't get the little hidden gems, like the, you know, the Thinking About You, the stuff like that. I'm still carrying on with the Guns N' Roses metaphor here. And that, I do think, as much as I enjoyed this film, you do miss a little bit of what makes some other horror films special, that you kind of, you know, this is aimed at a carbon copy. No, carbon copies are a bit too harsh, but this is a copy of other great movies poured into one, which means you don't necessarily get those little bits that you really like about other films. You know, you don't get the little, oh, this is a real Freddy quirk, or this is, it is just all in there. I think I really explained that badly, but I know what I mean.
I know what you're trying to say. It's just basically take a you take ingredients from great slasher horror films, and you're putting them, splicing them all together in 82 minutes of just good fun.
Good fun. Good fun.
So it's kind of like taking the best hits from certain albums and putting a greatest hits. So if you take that metaphor
Yeah,
to this.
yeah.
You're taking the best bits of the slasher genre and whacking them all together for 82 minutes of, 81 minutes to say.
But you don't necessarily get the full picture that you would in an album, like an album from start to finish. No one does that anymore. When you don't get that whole. It didn't feel bigger than what it was. It felt very much like a little. We're gonna put blood and gore and jokes on screen, and the blood and gore is great, and the jokes are great, and I really enjoyed this movie, and yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that if you know what you're getting.
That's it. I think if you were to go into this thinking you were going to get a classic horror,
or a modern day kind of like,
you would be very disappointed, because this is a horror fan's wet dream in a lot of ways, but it's only a horror fan's wet dream if you want an 80s slasher movie. It's not.
I know what you mean.
It's not scary, but it's not trying to be scary.
No, it's trying to be fun. It's like a homage in one way with a certain, like.
But for its audience,
characters.
you know what you're getting. You know what it is. It's great fun. It's great fun.
Yeah. So if you are going to watch Hatchet, if any of you out there think I'm going to check it out, I recommend picking up all three, because the way this film ends, it doesn't conclude the story.
No.
And we've watched this part 2 and part 3, so we've seen the sequels. And as a trilogy in over a weekend's viewing or a few nights, it's probably best, I recommend, to watch them as the 3 films as kind of one film, if that makes sense. Watch them all. Don't just watch the first, because you're not going to get, I don't think, the full benefit of what Adam Green's done here.
And just a shout out about Adam Green here. I mentioned the fact this is like I don't want to say tacky, but this is like a kind of tongue-in-cheek horror. Adam Green is a brilliant horror director. If you've not seen Frozen, not the Disney version, I'm just putting it out there. I adore that movie, the one with the ski lifts.
Yeah, brilliant.
Really good, brilliant film. One of my favourite horror films. Frozen. So there you go.
Bold statement. So let's score this bad boy.
I'll kick it off. I want to go 3. We said a film should be a 3-star film. It knows its audience. It plays out. It plays out to that audience absolutely bang on. It isn't the greatest horror film ever made. It's not trying to be the greatest horror film. What this is trying to be is a horror fanboy movie, and it does that very well. So I'm going to go 3 stars.
Yep, agree. 3 stars. It sets out what it delivers what it sets out to be, and it's basic, and that is just a fun, gore-filled 80-odd minutes to please its audience, which it knows. So, check out Hatchet if you haven't already. We'll be back in the A to Z of horror with...
A to Z of horror! Sorry, was I supposed to go... I!
You was. Yeah, I.
Now, I.
Quite a few choices here.
I?
Yeah.
I, Robot? That's not a horror film.
I, Frankenstein.
I, Frankenstein. What the hell horror film begins with I? Insidious! I got one! Insidious. I like Insidious.
We've got some thinking to do. We've got quite a few, I think. So, any ideas? Put them down in the comments below. But I think we'll
also
seem to be struggling here.
Earlier on, I made the comment that I was scalps out for the ladies, and then as we were watching, you made a comment about me saying that. I wonder if any ladies even watch this.
No.
I want a lady to put a comment underneath, because I don't think that's our target audience.
Right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.